Santa Monica, a city celebrated for its iconic beaches and vibrant culture, is facing a daunting challenge: a surge in homelessness and crime. What was once a haven for tourists and locals alike is now grappling with a complex issue: the sight of tents lining the once pristine beaches and a growing sense of unease on the streets are stark reminders of the crisis at hand. As the sun sets over the Pacific, casting long shadows over the city, a sense of urgency grows. The question is, can it find a way to address this crisis and reclaim its reputation as a safe and vibrant community? To understand the current crisis, we must look beyond the surface and examine the underlying issues that have contributed to its rise. Soaring housing costs, lack of affordable mental health services, and drug addiction are at the heart of the problem. California's affordability crisis has pushed homeownership out of reach for many. This has created a perfect storm, pushing vulnerable individuals onto the streets. The lack of adequate mental health services adds fuel to the fire. The opioid epidemic has taken a heavy toll, exacerbating homelessness and crime. These root issues, compounded by policy failures, demand immediate attention. In an attempt to address the growing issue of homelessness, California has implemented various policies and initiatives. However, some of these well-intentioned measures have inadvertently exacerbated the problem, leading to unintended consequences that have further complicated the situation. One such example is Proposition 47, a state law passed in 2014 that reclassified certain non-violent felonies, such as drug possession and petty theft, as misdemeanors. While the intent of Prop 47 was to reduce prison overcrowding and provide opportunities for rehabilitation, critics argue that it has created a more permissive environment for low-level crime, making it more difficult to hold repeat offenders accountable. Another law that has come under scrutiny is AB 109, also known as realignment, which shifted the responsibility for certain offenders from state prisons to county jails. While this measure aimed to reduce prison populations, it has placed a significant strain on local law enforcement and correctional facilities, which often lack the resources to adequately address the needs of individuals with mental health and substance abuse issues. These policies, while enacted with good intentions, highlight the complexities of addressing homelessness and crime. Finding effective solutions requires a nuanced approach that considers the potential unintended consequences and strikes a balance between compassion and accountability.
Section 4. An insider's perspective. A city grappling with crisis. To truly understand the challenges facing Santa Monica, we spoke with a City Hall insider who, for reasons of anonymity, we'll call Sarah. Sarah paints a picture of a city grappling with a crisis that has strained resources and tested the limits of compassion.
It's heartbreaking, Sarah confides, seeing the same faces on the streets day after day, knowing that many of them are struggling with mental illness or addiction. She describes the frustration felt by city workers who are often on the front lines of the crisis, dealing with everything from sanitation issues to mental health emergencies.
Sarah emphasizes the dedication of city employees who are committed to finding solutions, but admits that the city is often overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the problem. "We're doing our best with the resources we have," she says, "but it often feels like we're just trying to keep our heads above water."
Sarah's account provides a glimpse into the human toll of the crisis, both on those experiencing homelessness and those working tirelessly to find solutions. It's a stark reminder that behind the statistics are real people, each with their own story of struggle and resilience.
Section 5, Mayor Brock speaks out, a plea for compassion and action. In an exclusive interview, Santa Monica Mayor Phil Brock shared his insights into the city's ongoing struggle with homelessness and crime.
Mayor Brock emphasized the need for a multi-pronged strategy that addresses both the symptoms and the root causes of the crisis.
"This is a human tragedy," Mayor Brock stated emphatically. "We have a moral obligation to help those who are struggling, but we also have a responsibility to keep our city safe for everyone." He stressed the importance of finding a balance between compassion and accountability.
Encampments and legal battles navigating a complex landscape. The homelessness crisis is marked by encampments on city streets and sidewalks. These encampments frustrate residents and business owners seen as eyesores and safety hazards. Legal challenges complicate the issue, like the Martin v. Boise ruling. The ruling limits cities' ability to enforce anti-camping laws without enough shelter beds. This has tied the hands of many cities, including Santa Monica. Debates continue over the rights of the homeless versus community concerns. Navigating this complex landscape remains a challenge for cities across California. In this chapter, we delve into the personal stories of those affected by the crisis, highlighting their struggles and resilience. Meet Maria, a single mother who lost her job during the pandemic and now calls her car home. Hear from John, a veteran battling PTSD and addiction, trying to find his way back to stability. Their stories reflect a broader issue that touches the heart of our community. Despite the hardships, there is a beacon of hope. Local organizations and volunteers tirelessly work to provide support and resources. Shelters, food banks, and mental health services play crucial roles. Programs like Housing First provide permanent housing solutions, emphasizing stable living environments for recovery. From neighborhood watch groups to businesses offering jobs, every effort counts. Compassionate policies and collaborative efforts can pave the way for meaningful change. Behind every statistic is a human being with a story. By fostering empathy and taking collective action, we can address the root causes and work towards a more inclusive community. Pause 3S. Join us in the next chapter as we explore the complexities of homelessness and the steps we can take to make a difference.